Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Arrowhead. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 17 carries, 61 yards, and a touchdown.
There were some signs of life from their ground game last week, but overall, just a so-so performance. Everyone knows they can make a slight improvement how they contribute to this aspect of the offense. Linemen can set their blocks and hold him a little bit longer, and he can be quicker to the hole and hit a lane. If they do that, they should get some better numbers produced this week.
Yeah, we saw that from up here, CD. A tug on the face mask, and the flag comes out.
And we saw that last week they had some defensive miscues like that, and they told us that they had worked hard on it in practice and thought they had it all cleaned up. But obviously the message hasn't really sunk in.
Nick Bolton there on the tackle. This defense for the Chiefs, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down with Akers. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
They'll go again here with Akers. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Well, I would have figured up to the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting one more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. Sanders' kick is good. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Rolling to his right. He's got a man. Complete. A big play there for KC. 45 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And he is going to lose yardage here. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Looking to throw is Mahomes, eluding the pressure right. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play. That's a great example right there to remind everyone of what a weapon he can be as a mobile quarterback, Charles. Nice play to escape the pocket and get his offense into the red zone with a first down.
And defensive coaches losing their mind on that.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the third most in a single year. And the Chiefs have answered that early field goal to take a first quarter lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays, and was polished off by the touchdown run from the 16-yard line. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up second down.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there and couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for this with Akers. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play. Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Xavier Worthy, his 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they were in field goal range the last time out, but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
Here's a run with Akers on second down. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
On third down, here's a run by Akers. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
And this will be taken at the 13. call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10.
The ball back to the Chiefs and Isaiah Pacheco.
The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far, here in the second quarter. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter.
Here's Pacheco once again.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The Chiefs had 12-3 now on the year. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
His throw incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
On 4th down, Matt Ariza sent on to punt.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession.
It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Nick Bolton.
And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2. And it was the Chiefs who got the road victory there, so now looking to claim the season series at home in KC.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Flush to his right. His throw caught right around the 6. It's so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. He went over 100 yards in the wild card round. He's over 100 here as well. And a first down.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown.
Isaiah Pacheco
with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead is up to 18 now. Scoring summary. 3-play drive. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Purcell.
Akers back-to-back catches.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Give them 12 yards that time, and a Las Vegas first.
Off play action. Purcell. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. Again, he'll drop to throw. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
A big play there for KC. 46 yards. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Pacheco is in. Touchdown, Chiefs. So his big first half continues. His 3rd touchdown already. We'll have to keep watch as this game goes along, how much they want to continue to ride him, because he could be on his way to a record-setting performance. Extra point by Butker is on target, and a rout is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. That's to the left side where he's got Bowers. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Looking to throw. Purcell. Open man right side, Myers. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They go play action here on first down. Oh, look at that. What a catch by Moore. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
They'll look to throw again.
Short throw caught by Bowers.
That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Back to throw again.
That's into the hands of Akers, complete.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
3rd and 10 wasn't going to be easy. Now after the holding penalty, they have to deal with a 3rd and 20. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on fourth. Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. This from 42 yards out. Sanders' kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback.
So the Chiefs offense heads out. There's a look at the playoff picture in the AFC.
And one thing we do know, they will be a part of the playoffs come January. They have clinched the AFC West.
And that feels good for them, but they feel like their work is far from done, because as it stands right now, they won't have the first round bye. But a lot of teams will tell you, that's okay with us. We just want to get to the playoffs and wreak havoc from that point on.
A run by Pacheco on second down.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. We'll call that a 40. Seven-yard punt, a return of just 3. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. On first down, they'll start out with Akers.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. First play of the drive, going for 14 and also going for a first down.
Going right back to Akers.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. He really hasn't been able to get on track running the football, averaging less than 4 yards a carry.
Yeah, I think that they're going to enjoy the film session because all the defenders are filling their proper gaps on just about every play. And you know what they always say for a defensive coach? When I click off this film, I better see 11 jerseys in the pick.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. 64 yards for him on the ground now and 3 touchdowns to go along with it.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field, but his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Pacheco gets it up the gut. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line.
It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs 1st down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
A handoff now for Pacheco.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Mahomes.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Buying time to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
They run it with Pacheco from the gun.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
2nd and 1 now from the 21. On the handoff, it's Pacheco.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Mahomes on the give to Edwards-Helaire. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. This a 2nd and 8. And they try with Pacheco.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. They'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he's going to bowl his way into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown.
Xander Horvath, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are on their way to a 13th win on the year as they add on to their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
On 1st and 10, Purcell. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw again. Purcell.
Short throw caught by Bowers.
And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. The Raiders on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Purcell. That is caught. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 85 catches for him on the year now, and the result there is a 1st down. Operating from the gun. Purcell.
Open man is Atwell. Complete.
And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. That's just his 2nd catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game, and they've done a great job of doing that.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 23. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. On 1st down, Purcell. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Now a dump off here complete, and he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun, Purcell.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Raiders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
They'll run here with Akers.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about his desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
To throw on 2nd down, Purcell.
To the right side and complete to Atwell.
Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable.
Operating from the gun, Purcell. And it'll be intercepted.
And the Chiefs are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. So a good drive with a bad ending, Charles. They move it down the field well. Cannot finish it off, though, as it's intercepted in the end zone.
Deflating, that has got to be the word here, because they were sharp in moving it down the field. But sometimes you start thinking like a touchdown is a given, and it doesn't always work out that way, as we saw there.
That's into the hands of Worthy.
And he is out of bounds right around the 34. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, 1st down. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. They go play fake. Mahomes. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is caught at the 20. And he will be taken down, but a big play there as it comes just as we reach the 2-minute warning. Here's Pacheco. And they'll get him down right around the 16. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
He will push his way down to about the 14. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Throw right side going to be caught by Hardman. And the Chiefs are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not. And he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So the moment is finally at hand. What a season, CD. His 29th rushing touchdown of the year. No one in the history of the NFL has had more in a single season. And congratulations to him. What an achievement.
We certainly had the feeling early in the year, maybe week 2 or 3, where we talked to each other and thought this could really turn into something. But I don't know if either of us thought we'd get to this point. Maybe the best season ever by a running back in NFL history.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raiders heading out to take over. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And now they're in the hurry-up. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Purcell.
He'll get this one complete to Atwell. This game, it was well in hand early, never really in doubt. Charles, you and I do so many games together. There's so much parity in the NFL, a lot of close battles. This was not one. Tip your cap to them for a really impressive effort.
Yeah, and you know, as the game